Welcome to Scout's Memorabilia. Here we will see all those memories Scout created throughout the story and explain a little bit why they're so important to her. So let's start this journey.
Chapter 1 The Grave. Today I'm 6 years old, and when I was 2 years, my mom died, and since then I have been raised by our dad and Calpurnia, the family cooker, which I see as a mother figure for me. I don't have any memories from my mom, but Jem does, and he misses her every day. I'm very grateful for Calpurnia, even though she's a very strict, demanding, and unsentimental person. She has taught me a lot of things I don't regret.
This is an important memory that I should put because even though Scout has no memories from her mother, the absence of a maternal figure that Calpurnia tried to fill did really make a difference in Scout and Jem's life. They were more independent and lived many hard experiences that made them mature and grow faster.
Chapter 2 The Overall. During the first years of my life, everyone in town pointed at me because of my way of dressing. They say I was a tomboy for using overalls instead of using dresses and skirts like girls usually do, or at least that's what society rules were at the time. Obviously, I didn't hear them because I didn't feel comfortable in how my gender was supposed to act. I learned and grew and tried to survive from that closed-minded society.
This is an important memory for Scout since behind the overall there's a special meaning, the trajectory of Scout maturing, growing, and accepting herself as she is no matter the society's opinion. Throughout the book, all of this since she was different from all the ladies at the town because of her way of dressing.
Chapter 3 Meat with Vegetables. Today I got home from school and I had an invite. Walter Cunningham went to my house to have lunch. Calpurnia gave us meat with vegetables, and I was shocked when the syrup my dad asked for was being poured all over the food by Walter. My horrified face was so obvious that instantly Cal took me to the kitchen and gave me a lecture on manners. That is when I started to understand that Walter's acts. I was raised in a house that took into consideration table manners, something the Cunninghams clearly did not practice.
Scout is disgusted by the fact that Walter put syrup all over the meat. This can be kept as a memory since Scout learned that people have a variety of thinkings, opinions, and preferences, and that's not wrong. Instead, it gives you the opportunity to open your mind and be more tolerant.
Chapter 3 The Newspaper. Every night after a long day of work, my dad read the mobile registered newspaper with me sitting on his lap. The register keeps him up with every event he has as a lawyer. Also, this is a reason why I know how to read. I love spending these moments with my dad because it keeps my relationship with him strong while I'm learning something new, something Miss Caroline clearly doesn't like.
This can be a good memory Scouts keep with her, since it was like a ritual to maintain relationships and bonding with his dad, and at the same time Atticus was teaching her how to read, so it was a crucial moment in Scout's life for her personal growth.
Chapter 7 The Knot Hole. We found a knot hole, and there we found some objects like gums, coins, a great twine, soap figures resembling geminite, and more things. We decided to write a thanks letter for whoever was giving us these gifts, but the knothole was filled with cement, not knowing it was Boo Radley. Think this was a sign of friendship and care. We learned that a human can be judged.
Scout kept this as an important memory because everyone was making Boo Radley a monster, and she learned that humans can judge a book by its cover and stay with the first impression. In this case, Boo was trying just to create a friendship with these kids.
Chapter 8 Fire at Mr. Smarty's. Today, Mr. Marty's house catch fire and all the town helped her out. We were close enough to see the fire right by the Radley's gate. After that, my dad noticed something different in me. I had a blanket that had come out of nowhere. We were so invested in watching the rescue that we didn't even notice when the blanket appeared. It was not Nathan Radley because he was helping, so it was Boo Radley.
This memory is important for Scott because that is when she saw that Boo Radley was a good person, and behind that scary human, there was a good hearted one. Besides, she felt protected by him.
Chapter 9. The Air Rifle. Uncle Jack gave Jem and I an air rifle as a Christmas gift. We were so excited about this surprise, but beyond the object, Dad told us that with this gun we could not shoot mockingbirds because they were defenseless and bring joy to people, something I relayed at the time with Bill Radley. We have the power to harm others, but if they're good, why do that? Instead, enjoy life and stop judging.
Scout always had it clear that shooting a mockingbird was not good since they were defenseless and bring joy to people. So you can harm things that did nothing wrong to you. In this case, Boo Radley, which is a representation of a mockingbird in the book.
Chapter 9. The Jury. Today is the day where my dad proved himself as a lawyer and human being. He's defending Tom Robinson, the black man accused of raping Mayela Ewell. My dad has to prove his innocence regardless of his skin color and social class. At the time, the thing my dad was doing was not well seen by society, but he did not care about the comments and decided to help this hopeless man.
This memory shows the admiration Scout has for his dad and how brave he was for defending a black man who at the time was not well seen by society. This taught Scout how to be fearless and do the right thing no matter what.
Chapter 11. Mr. Dubow's Camellia's Flowers. Today is Jem's birthday and I'm anxious about what he's getting. He received a lot of money and decided to buy me a baton for the high school band. Going to the store, Mr. Dubois insults our father because he's defending a black man. We did not hear and continue our walk. On the way back, Jem was clearly still angry and decided to destroy Mr. Dubois' Camellia's flowers and broke my baton in half.
This memory is important for Scout because she feels appreciated and loved because of her brother's gesture. On the other hand, due to racism and harmful comments that Mr. Dubois made, Scout realized there were many intolerant people out there, and Jem destroyed her camellia's flower with the baton due to this verbal attack.
Chapter 28. The Ham Costume. Today is Halloween, and for the Halloween school pageant, we're dressing as farm products. I'm going to be a ham today. At the night going back home, Jem and I were attacked by Boop Ewell in the dark. Suddenly, a mysterious man came and saved us by apparently killing Bob Ewell with the same knife he was using to attack us. And because of my costume, I wasn't able to see who it was. Besides that, Jem's hand ended up being broken.
It was kind of a traumatic memory since Jem had to wear a cast on his arm due to the attack of Bob Ewell. But they learned that Boo Radley was a good human no matter the bad comments around town, and they have someone that was protecting them. Besides, we can see that in all of these moments where Boo Radley acted in a good way, Scout never knew he was behind all of this, showing that Boo Radley was just trying to create a friendship without receiving anything in return.